chunk, a large chunk of money, 1.15 trillion bill in defense has been passed by the US House of Representatives yet again to buy weapons. And we need to discuss that is Mustafa. My name is Afolabi. It's another political show.
Okay, so this is a domestic American channel, and right now we're looking at the U.S. signing 1.5 trillion dollars, which is almost 500 billion dollars, more than 500 billion, more than our defense last year. This money comes at a cost. It's going to come at the cost of cutting social programs. It's going to come at the cost of borrowing more money. We already have I think it's either 390 or 39 trillion dollar debt, and we're very close to having more debt than we do GDP. Uh, it's going to come at the cost of printing more money. It's going to come at the cost of inflation. It's going to come at the cost of people not being. If you're an American, tell me if it's not the case that your insurance company has tried to dick you out of money when you get sick and things, your car insurance and everything. And the reason that is because there's getting less and less money to supplement healthcare in America, and we know where that money is going. I think America's budget for healthcare in America is about $1 trillion. It's close to what we spend on military. The military is too high. I thought, but do you know what we spend on education in America? We spend about five less than less than $200 billion on education, less than 200 billion and 1 trillion. So people are taking have to take loans to go to college. People aren't getting full proper health care. And all of this is because of spending trillions. Now we're not saying that we shouldn't spend a lot of money on wars, but let's look at the Iran war. Aside from that 1.5 trillion, Afalabi, you saw where Hexet has gone to Congress to ask for 350, I think it's $350 billion for the Iran war. So if you're talking about 1.3 trillion for our budget, and then you add another 300, that's almost 1.6 trillion. He's asking for 350 billion. We don't even spend half of that on education in America. So he's saying that the Iran war is more important than education in America, or adding more to healthcare, or adding more to the debt, the using that money to pay off the interest on the debt in our country. So if that's the case, let's take a hard, cold look at the Iran war and see if it's worth it. And on top of that, is it worth it for the extra five people who died in the last 2 weeks, the extra 100 people who've been injured, the 400 who've been injured throughout, American soldiers, our kids who we love so much? Is it worth it for the 18 Americans who have died in this war? I'm just asking, is it worth it? Is it worth it for all of this money? They say we've spent 30 billion on this war. If he's asking for 300 billion, I would guess that this war has already cost us a trillion, and before the end of next year, it will cost us 2 trillion. So the question is it worth it? He started off by saying the war was to go help the Iranians, that we must go and help them, and it'll be a couple of days war. We have to kill Khamenei and liberate the people. Then he said it's about stopping them from having nuclear enrichment to the level they have legal levels already. He's saying that they're a danger to get to nuclear weapons. Any country is. Japan is a danger to do it. So why are you targeting Iran? Then later on, he shifted it to say it's about the Strait of Hormuz. The Strait of Hormuz was open before the war started. So what was the point of starting the war? Keeps changing his reasons. We know what the war is for. It's for him to get stock market rise and and make money, and for weapons manufacturers. That's all this war is really about. So the question is that is it worth it? Gas prices have started going up in America again since he broke the straight when they broke the memorandum of understanding. Everybody was celebrating. He said, "Finally, this war is over. We can go back to peace." They let Israel continue bombing Lebanon. Then he started bombing Iran and broke the memorandum of understanding to keep the war going. And now he's been bombing for 13 days. The cost of everything is going, and Iran has escalated and is wiping out military and U.S. assets in Kuwait, in Qatar, in Jordan, destroying American bases, killing American people. Then a lot of American soldiers are getting injured and have to be shipped out of the country. So the question is this worth bringing down or putting because the U.S. empire is going to take not centuries, but decades to go down. But America is continually declining. People don't have health care. Depression's up. food costs are up. People can't buy meat anymore. You have to say, am I going to buy meat or fish or tuna fish or beans anymore? Is it really worth it to go to war with Iran? Most Americans don't believe so. So the question, I know a lot of Americans like to pump their fists and say that we're, we're bombing killing civilians in Iran. We're bombing their bridges. We're killing Muslims. But the real question is it worth the economic downfall? Is it worth the 100 people who've been injured the last 13 days? Is it worth the American soldiers? I think 5 of them have been killed, and it's beginning to escalate. More will be killed, and we're going to enter something like Vietnam. Is it really worth it? Because all of this stuff costs money, and the money that's being spent is causing misery here in America. So, do we want to be miserable just so we can continue sustaining a war in Iran, which seems to have no reason? What are your thoughts, Afolabi?
You're absolutely right, Mustafa, and it makes zero sense to begin to use this
No,
kind.
Afolabi, it doesn't make 0 cents. It makes 10 trillion cents, which is about $1 trillion. I'm just
Yeah,
joking. Play with
yeah,
words. Play with words. Go ahead. Yeah.
yeah, because I mean, the market implications are very obvious. I mean, if you continue to do a lot of high defense spending, the people that are going to benefit are the US defense contractors, Raytheon and Lockheed Martin. They're going to accelerate their investment in missile defense, drones, cyber capabilities, and advanced military technologies, which is where the political elite benefit from. But this is going to be at the expense of social programs. As more money is directed towards the defense, Congress may face pressure to limit spending on healthcare. You already mentioned education. Housing assistance, food programs, and other services are going to suffer, and there's going to be pressure on the working class families. Now you look at austerity measures, higher taxes, spending cuts, public services are going to suffer. So this is not, if you talk about America first, are you talking about America elite first or the working class? If it's the working class, then this is absolutely absurd because it doesn't help the working class in any way. Opportunity cost is simple in economics. Every additional dollar spent on war is a dollar unavailable for domestic investment. So, and it doesn't make any sense. Strengthening Israel to continue to perpetrate
Genocide.
genocide in Gaza makes zero sense. Israel are, they're on a mission that can never that they can never get to the end of. Israel is I don't understand what their mission is, but America blindly supporting them with funds that can be used to improve the working class. It makes no sense at all. And
And meanwhile,
yeah.
go ahead. No, you go ahead. You continue. Yeah.
And that is why I think some of Donald Trump's policies are not sailing through because they're at variance with either the Democrats or the Republicans. They seem to be at loggerheads. And this APAC thing, they have to find a middle ground. Is America supporting Israel for supporting sake, or they're supporting them because it helps the average American on the road?
I'll go even further. Is I believe that Israel is just an excuse for oil companies and weapons companies to make money. This is what I mean. Oh, we have to help Israel. All of the weapons that Israel gets are paid for by American dollars, American citizens. All the weapons they get. Then Israel attacks Iran, attacks Lebanon, and all that, and keeps that area destabilized, which helps American oil company. Because we know that now that there's instability in the Middle East, America, which is the world's highest producer of oil now, is making more sales to cover the lack of supply. So what I'm saying is that even the Israel thing, in the end of the day, helping Israel with those billions is also helping the American war manufacturers too. Do you get my point? Do you know what Biden? Do you know what Biden said? You know what Biden said? If
Yeah,
Israel didn't exist, we would create it. Do you see what I'm saying?
that's
He said
ridiculous.
if Israel didn't exist, we would create it. What he means is that we have to create something like that to create a red flag or a false flag or create a conflict in order for us to pump money into it, but it comes back to us. Do you get my point? That APAC money that comes to these senators and stuff, it wouldn't be possible if they didn't sell weapons at first to Israel. So it's a loop. They're help. But you're right, helping Israel, but it's a ruse for really just helping the elite in this country make money. And a lot of the elite in this country are Jewish people or people with connections to the war industry that are connected to Israel. Because we have to remember, Israel is a European settler state in the Middle East, and the goal of it is to kill all the Arabs, kill all the Persians, kill all the Iraqi, kill all the Lebanese people, and then only Israel will be living there. That's what they call the Greater Israel Project. So Israel itself is a tool of America to colonize all of the Middle East, just like the United States itself was a tool of Great Britain to kill all the Native Americans, and only now all you see is Americans, white people, right? So that's what they're trying to do in the Middle East, so that maybe 500 years from now, you'll only see white, blue-eyed Israelis. Do you get my point? And they will do policies that help America. If Israel controls all of the Middle East, then America will control the oil. Israel, unless I don't think Israel's going to do it. You know, the Americans, they turned on the British. That can happen too. But in general, that's why America is helping Israel, because Israel is their white settler nation in that area. And they've done this before. The white Americans killed all the Native Americans. They brought slaves here to make America the greatest country on earth through free labor. They're trying to do the same thing with the Middle East. Kill all the Arabs, kill all the Iraqis, kill all the Lebanese. And they even say after that, they'll go after Turkey. So I'm getting off track because now we're talking about international politics. But my thing is that's why the U.S. government is so invested in helping Israel, because it's helping the elite in America. You get my point? It's not only helping Israel, it's helping the elite, and it's helping the elite in America more because Israel is in the middle of a war now too, and Israelis aren't safe. But the Americans here who are sending money to the Israelis are safe. What are your last thoughts?
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Mustafa. There appears to be a machinery that makes money to fund Israeli military operations. And so what America is doing is to ensure that the political elites that are supporting this machinery is protected, basically. But if this continues, I just worry another $7 or $8 per barrel of oil would increase. There's going to be
Yeah.
pressure on Asia, China, India, and Japan on oil. They will now have to be sourcing their oil maybe from Europe or some other
Or from the
place
U.S.
or
But,
from the
but let's
US.
take on the U.S.
There'll now be inflation and the
Yeah.
pressure on currencies will increase. So I don't know why US is doing this, but like you said, they are protecting the elite in the US
So
that
so
seems to be
the elite
funding
are destroy.
Israeli interests.
So the elite in America are taking out loans. They're taking money away from social programs in America so that they can fund a war which makes them rich, and it's degrading America. U.S. is bragging that we're degrading Iran. Yes, we're degrading them, bombing them,
Yes,
but
it makes them
we're
rich
also
because it puts pressure on the working class.
yeah. And here's the thing: what they'll do is every couple of weeks they'll slow down when they feel that it's about to hit the boiling point in America. But if you study history, this is how the Roman Empire went down. You keep overextending yourself, spending on military without focusing on infrastructure, social cohesion, social fabric of your country. The country will fall apart. We saw with the riots in
Yes.
Minnesota.
I think
Americans killing Americans.
They're oblivious to the fact that a recession is just around the corner. Maybe
Oh
they're
no, they're
oblivious to that fact. I don't know.
no, you know what it is? They think that one day they'll wake up and like Dorothy on the Wizard of Oz, you snap your fingers 3 times, 1, 2, 3, and wake up. Oh, Auntie, I had such a horrible dream. There was a war and there was inflation, but it was all a dream. And here you are, Bush. Here you are, Trump. Everything is okay. That's what they think. Americans don't believe in magic, and usually that's when things are so bad and you're delusional and you don't want to. It's like if you know your wife is cheating on you, but you ignore it and you hope that one day you wake up and she's not. No, the signs are already here in America. The black cities are war zones in America because there's no jobs. Cocaine and opiates, people are dying from fentanyl. So America has the problems, but they don't want to, you don't want to look in the mirror and admit you have a problem, because if you admit you have a problem, you might have a nervous breakdown. So you take more drugs, you watch more Fox TV, more CNN, and believe their lie. And then one day you wake up and you find out, oh, this shit is real, man. You see what I'm saying? This shit is real.
And it may just be too late then, by then.
It'll be too late. It'll be too late. But this history repeats itself. This is how Germany ended up killing 6 million Jewish people, and how Europe went into World War II. They told them, don't sell weapons to, don't keep your treaty, keep your ban on Germany. They let Hitler take Czechoslovakia. They said, oh, no problem. He won't take London and Paris. He took Paris. Next thing you know, he tries to take Russia. The Europeans could have dealt with Hitler early, and they didn't. Now you have Trump and Netanyahu, and they keep letting them go further and further and further. One day we'll wake up and we'll be living all of the Western world and Nigeria and anywhere under the influence of the dollar will be a fascist state. And we'll be in the middle of a world war. I'm not exaggerating. Hundreds of millions of people all over the world will die. The US is funding a war in Ukraine, and they're now shooting drones into Moscow. They tried to kill Putin. Russia has nuclear weapons. You see what I'm saying? The whole geopolitical balance of the world right now is in a very fragile state.
Yes, it's very fragile.
And
Absolutely.
nobody's listening. So, and that's part of the welfare of America because we don't want a world war. Because if we do, your women and children will be going over there. Like in World War II, Americans were going over there and they came home in body bags. Do you want that in America? Or do you want for us to just chill and just relax and try to focus on problems in our country? Take us out of Falabi.
It's been another brilliant show. We've been discussing $1.15 trillion again released for military operations against the Iran war. Folly or wisdom? I'd say folly. From Mustafa and myself, we'll be back again.
Quickly, Afolabi, in 2028, don't you believe that it will be 3 trillion?
Yeah, sure.
No, it'll be by
Because the same
2028.
guys that approved this will still be alive then.
Yeah,
And
it's going to get
asking
up to
for
3
more
trillion.
money.
It's going to get up to 3 trillion. And they're going to say we have to account for inflation. All right, let's get out of here. Nice one, Afolabi. We'll do NFL tomorrow. NFL.
Yeah, sure.
NFL.
Sure.
NFL. I'll send you the links tonight because we have to
All right.
study in advance for the NFL. But that one no easy.
All
Okay,
right.
bye.
All right, sure.